50-year-old woman doesn't know how cupcakes are made. I was working at a small retail store where they sell basic household items, seasonal items, and a limited amount of food. As I was stocking shelves, a woman and her kid came up and asked me where the baking items were. I walked her over to them and went back to stocking in my area. She comes up to me a little bit later, obviously frustrated, and asks me where the cupcake mix is. I've searched the whole section and can't find the cupcake mix. There's brownie mix and cake mix, but you guys don't carry cupcake mix. Me, cupcake mix. Yes. There isn't anything there. Me ma'am. Cupcake mix is just regular cake mix. No, I'm trying to make cupcakes, not cake, for Sally's birthday. I can't find it. Me, I chuckle. Ma'am, cupcakes are just regular cake. But instead of using a cake pan, you use a cupcake pan, and Lina's point, thinking very hard. She didn't say anything and kind of shied away. She bought the cake mix and some frosting after shopping a little while longer. It seriously took everything in me to keep from laughing my butt off right in her face. 50 years old and you've never once made cupcakes, seen cupcakes made, or even thought about how they are made. Good luck out there, lady. Poor little Sally, lol. It's $0.36, no big deal. So I used to work at an ice cream chain where we prepared the ice cream with various toppings on a frozen piece of rock. On this particular day, I was working with one other person, and it wasn't too busy. Two young guys came in, about high school age. They ordered a large bowl of ice cream with a few toppings. I mixed it for them and went to ring them up. I'll use G4 guy since I really just talked to one of them. Okay, so that'll be X dollars. Okay, I have a gift card. Great. Scans card so it looks like you owe another $0.36 after the gift card. At the point, they both look at each other and shrug sadly. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any money with me. Never mind. Oh hey, it's cool. Only $0.36. I take the $0.36 out of the tip jar and put it in the till. No big deal. Wow, thanks. The two guys leave, and I thought that was that. Felt good doing something nice. So the one guy comes back several hours later. I saw him come in and went to the register to meet him. Oh hey, you're back. Did you need anything? Before I finished, and without looking at me once or saying a word, he dropped a $20 bill in the jar and immediately turned and left. I was so shocked I just stared after him until he walked out the door. So that was pretty cool. If you're rude and refuse to pay, we have the right to refuse services even after they're done. So I was in the shop one day, a customer was in getting some keys copied. Nice and simple job. Suddenly, while I've got the machine running, some shirtless guy comes in looking really frantic. I tell him I'll be just a minute longer. Then I finish the keys and send the first customer on his way. Frantic dude, geez, took you long enough. I need you to come unlock my car. I'm already a little annoyed since it's almost closing time, but I just figure he's got a kid/dog/groceries in the car and give him the benefit of the doubt. Me, no problem. Where is it? FD, a couple miles that way. My girlfriend drove me over here. You can follow us to it. I get some info from him, the kind of car it is, his name/number/address in case we get separated, etc. FD, my phone's in the car, so if you call it, I won't answer me. Then how about your girlfriend's number? FD, hers is in there too. FD, I can't get it open. Come back and open my car again. Me, I can go out again, but I'll have to charge you for 2 service calls. FD, F you a hole, I'm not paying you $80 me. Then you can call out other locksmith nearby. I'm sure he'll be happy to help. Click. I didn't tell him, but they charge $100 to unlock cars. Never heard back from him. Rude lady thinks she can eat for free and leave. Now banned from our store. Backstory, there's a lady who will come into our store, usually around noon, with 4 annoying and loud, misbehaving children. Of course, she's completely oblivious to all of this. Yay. She would pack all of them into the cart, pick out some sort of produce, apples, bananas, oranges, etc., and give it to them to hold, and the kids would eat all of it. Then she would come up to the register and give me the whole. Oops, sorry, I didn't even see that they did that. I would call my manager and basically ask WTF am I supposed to weigh, and usually they would either get the same amount of whatever produce, and she would complain that she'd not gotten that much, or mine were way smaller. So my manager would just wave it off and let it go. Today, she didn't get away with it because my manager and I were in a bad mood. I was quietly working at my register when I heard the parade of obnoxious children run into the store with a lady on her phone completely ignoring them. Shocker. She piled all of them into the cart and headed straight for the produce. I continued working at my register and lost track of her until she came up to my register. She huffed and puffed at the little old lady in front of her writing a check while all of her children were screaming in her cart. She's still on the phone and I hear the Addie talking semi-quietly on her phone. Yeah, I'll be home soon. There's a slow ass hag in front of me. Thankfully, the little old lady, who is literally maybe the nicest person I've ever met, doesn't hear that well, so she'd missed RL's comment. After hearing that, I purposefully take my damn sweet time processing her check and asking her how her grandchildren are doing. I finish bagging her groceries and set them in her cart. As she's pulling away, RL decides she's not going fast enough and actually pushes her out of the way with her cart. When the little old lady turns to look at her, she smiles smugly. Sorry. The little old lady frowns and walks away. Now the real fun begins. Before she says anything, I notice that each child has banana peels in their laps and the youngest has banana all over their face. There's even a peel inside RL's purse. My kids ate these. Here, she proceeds to grab and dump all of the peels onto my register and starts to leave. Ma'am, I need some sort of payment. You can't just leave after eating all of these. RL turns and glares at me. She backs up a little. Just weigh the peels or something. I don't have time for this. I glare back at her. Even if I was allowed to do that, I'd need all of the peels. I gesture to the one in her purse. Gross. She throws it at me. Here's your peel. Now weigh them. Her face is getting angrier by the minute. I'll have to call for a manager. That's when I notice the "organic" sticker on all of the peels, which means it will be more expensive. $1.29/LB in fact. She slams her hand on my register as I'm about to call. RL, this is ridiculous. Just weigh my hand or something. As she's pressing her hand down, she's also squeezing the peels as hard as she can, making a huge mess of peel and banana mush. I've heard it. Me, manager to the front. Please. The manager thankfully was not far and came rushing up. What can I do for Y? He sees it's this particular lady and the mess on my register. Before he can open his mouth again, she wails at him. RL, your cashier has been so rude to my family and I. All we want to do is pay for our bananas and Geo. She's being incredibly difficult and even made this disgusting mess. I'm fuming at this point and my manager is getting a little ticked off knowing this lady is a liar, because I would never do something this childish. RL, what are you going to do about this for us? I turn to my manager. Me, her and her children ate an entire bunch of bananas, tried to leave without paying, and when I called her out on it, she told me to weigh her hand and squished these peels. The manager nodded. Go ahead and weigh her hand. Whatever it comes out to, she can pay that. Then, she's no longer welcome in our store. Of course she's shocked and stammering, trying to claim that I lied about the entire story and it was nothing like that. Obviously my manager was having none of it and told her to put her banana covered hand back on the scale. She didn't press as hard as she could. Well, she's not too smart and forgot how scales work. She pressed it down and it came up as about 30 lbs. Me, and your total is going to be $38.54. Will you be using cash or card? She was completely outraged and started yelling at my manager and I, calling us crooks. Ironic, and that she'd never pay something so ridiculous. My manager threatened to call the police and report her for theft if she didn't. She screamed some more and threw $20 at me. I gave her the change, which she snatched out of my hand and continued to scream and curse down the exit and out the door. Me, thank you for shopping. Have a nice day.